Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. With Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back in business in no time. And for being a loyal E-Commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you'll never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with Send Pro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping. Calculate exact postage online, and print labels right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 582.
In today's episode, Mira is a search engine strictly for beauty. John, it's not for us.
It's not for, no, it's not for us. Shoppers looking for beauty products often have very different product needs based on everything from personal preference to skin tone and skin type. But when shopping online for these products without any help, things could get tricky. In response to this difficulty, a company has created an entire search engine solely for beauty. Mira is a new AI-powered search engine that wants to create a more streamlined shopping experience that combines millions of consumer product reviews, side-by-side comparisons, and click-through purchasing into a single unified interface. The platform is intended to help shoppers find the right beauty products for their needs and works by analyzing product reviews and translating them into, quote, digestible product synopses, end quote. Mira was founded by Stanford graduates Jay Hack and Brandon Garcia with the aim to champion transparency and inclusivity in a space where those things don't get as much attention as they should. The Mira team utilizes their big data and AI expertise to scrape reviews from all corners of the web, like articles, blogs, and videos from both large publications and small sites to provide users with the best results. It even grabs key information like ingredient lists. Then, using natural language processing to create summaries, it funnels all the data into one digestible and streamlined place, a search engine with a simple user interface that looks like a Google search page. There's also somewhat of an onboarding process because Mira asks you for a selfie. While the selfie functions as a profile photo for your account, Mira also uses that image as the basis for building content recommendations for you using computer vision and connecting you indirectly to others who may be looking for similar products. VentureBeat notes there's also a community aspect to Mira because with enough users, there will be significant overlap in what people on the platform are looking for. That includes aesthetic preferences, but also factors like trying to find the right foundation for a certain skin tone or a product that's friendly to sensitive skin. And so Mira aspires to let users ask each other for advice and product recommendations as the platform progresses. Mira is now available for iOS and on the AskMira.com website. I'm not a beauty guy, but this website is really cool.
It's very cool. It's what we need. It's what we deserve because
the royal we, not me and Bart, but maybe like you and other ladies, perhaps.
It's just we as a society deserve a search engine for something that is so hard to do by yourself.
Can you, so that's a great start. Let's talk about the challenges of buying these types of products, and then we'll talk about how they've solved that.
Right. So basically, especially if you're somebody who's just starting out in makeup, you don't know what skin tone you have, you don't know what kind of skin you have, like you don't know what your undertones are, and so it's really hard without like the help of like a physical person in like a Sephora store to even like understand what that means. So for example, you may just think that you have like oily skin, but you actually have combination skin. So a foundation that would work for oily skin would not work for your combination skin.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you wouldn't know this like on your own if like you don't know what you don't even know. So Mira is cool in the way that the reviews on it and how they organize the products, like by the weight of the product and the hydration of a product, for example, that coupling with the reviews can help people figure out what their own skin tone is, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's really cool, and especially because it's very hard for people with darker skin to find products generally like looking, because a lot of companies just forget to make foundations that fit darker skin tones but have 19 pasty white shades.
Right.
And so this can help better weed out the options that there are available for darker skin tones too. So that's a really cool thing this could do. And yeah, it's just a really cool thing. It is definitely going to help a lot of people. Again, because not everybody could get into a Sephora and have that hands-on help that a lot of people do need. So,
well, I'm sure there's a segment of the population that don't even want to step foot into a Sephora.
And I don't blame them.
There's people who have that kind of social anxiety, or for whatever reason, they're intimidated by the whole, I have to go into this beauty place and I'm perhaps not what I consider a beautiful person or whatever. They have whatever hangups they have. I don't want to get into a whole
right
like that.
Where it's probably the best place for them to go to learn how to do makeups and stuff.
Because a lot of people don't, human nature, people don't want to look foolish. They don't want to look stupid. And you go walking in, it's like, I can imagine the girl, she's trying to figure out makeup and she walks in and there's the bright lights and everything in the store. It's very intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, taking it from like maybe like a dude's perspective too, it's like you start working out, you don't want to go lift weights. You're like, this is intimidating. You know, all these dudes lifting.
Right. You don't want to look
stupid. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you really look at it, none of those people actually care. They're there to do their thing, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with makeup. Nobody really cares.
No.
They're like, here's the help.
It's just one of those things where like I know when I'm walking to a Sephora and I'm not wearing makeup and like I'm like, please, for the love of God, do not talk to me. I know what I'm doing. I'm just here to get my darn foundation. Like, please. It's one of those things too. Like I already know what I'm doing, and because I'm not wearing makeup in, sometimes they'll like come over and be like, do you need help? And then I'm like,
they're like, here comes the perfect customer.
Yeah, literally.
We got her.
Ugly ass at 10 a.m. downtown at Ulta, just trying to get my stuff.
All right, so let's break down one of the detail pages. I just clicked on something here called Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick. So what's neat, obviously big product photos, but it also shows the product on different skin tones. And what's neat is what I like, it gives every product an overall score. So for this particular product, it's 4.5 out of 5. There are 1,603 reviews, which is pretty substantial. So there's a scale here, and if it has a lower rating, the bar turns, I guess, yellow and then probably red. I haven't seen any red ones, but for this one here, it has all green bars, long-lasting, lightweight, hydrating, gives other details about the product, gives the price, and what it does, it comparison shops. So there's a range here. Ulta is $4.99, but this place Beauty Bay is $7 and Walgreens is $5. So you can make a decision there. And then when you go to purchase, what does it do? It forwards. So I'm wondering what the business model is here. Are they working with affiliates, or because I don't see any advertising?
Right. I'm pretty sure that's what like the brain trusts were saying. They were like, how are we cashing in on this? Like, how are they making money off of it? But I'm sure that there are partnerships.
You know what, like, the .coms, you got to get the eyeballs first.
Yeah, this is true.
Get the users, the users.
But it's really cool. You go to the bottom of the page, this is what the reviewers are saying, and it has a selection of reviews. Then you can rate itself. You could say, is this review good or bad, 1 through 5? How can it be improved? There's a breakdown. You go further, there's a breakdown of ingredients. And if you happen to be a fan of cyclopentosoloxine, probably didn't spell that right, but there's a link to some sort of chemical search engine. It tells you exactly what that is.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. And then there's
so many bad products.
There's a little chart, safe hazard acne. I don't understand this chart.
Well, some like certain chemicals in things could be an irritant but not cause acne, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, okay. Understood. Great. I'm glad you explained that. And further down, of course, we get the social media, which is great because what's the biggest thing on YouTube is the beauty bloggers. So they have top video reviews, and they've inserted a couple YouTube videos from a beauty influencer. And then you have your typical e-commerce, similar products, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. User questions. And it says ready to join the conversation. So I guess the forum part is only on the Mac iOS app. But again, this is a really, really nicely done website. I would be interested to see this for other niche products. I don't know off the top of my head what that would be, but I love how specific and how niche this is, and how the information is presented. I think this is really well done.
Do you know what I love about this website is that the colors of it are obviously like traditionally feminine, but it's like not in your face like a Barbie website. It's like really subtly like those colors, and I think that's like a really good choice.
Design is fantastic. Never buy a bad product again. And it's neat because what they've done is they can, as any good e-commerce website will do, if you're just kind of poking around and you really don't know what you're looking for, you can look for vegan products, and it curates a selection of vegan products, long lasting. What's going to last me all day long? Lipstick, the 10 best drugstore lipsticks, cruelty free. That's very important to a lot of people. Really neat. And of course, right in the front page is a giant search bar. And it looks like it's pre-populated. Mine is pre-populated. Foundations for combination skin, best eyebrow products, Fenty Beauty. What is that?
That's Rihanna.
Rihanna.
I was like, what is this? Oh, okay.
So it's pretty neat. They're really trying to push this app. Get the app is everywhere on here. So I guess they're really trying to make this more of a mobile first experience. But kudos to the Mira team.
Yeah, I love this. I'm wondering really quick what their skincare is, because they do actually have a decent amount of skincare too, which is cool because they're going beyond makeup, because skincare is like a whole other animal. So they even like tackle that and have a ton of filters for it, which is like, wow.
Yeah. And this is obviously geared towards females who wear makeup. I'm wondering if they could pivot or add men's stuff here, because like if you look at Birchbox and all that kind of stuff, like men like a good, face lotion and stuff to keep your eyes looking all crinkly, and nice shampoos and things like that. I'm sure that they could probably, I'd build them another site, but maybe add a men's department in here. I could definitely see that, because believe it or not, men kind of sort of need some of this stuff too, but probably not to this extreme level.
Well, here's a perspective. Actually, it's crazy because a lot of men are now becoming like the face of CoverGirl. Like the makeup industry is shifting to where it's starting to become way more acceptable for men to not only wear makeup and make tutorials, but to be faces of brands. Like James Charles is like the face of Morphe, which is like a huge brand right now. Right. And so it's like crazy because like there's like that whole other aspect of people who will be using this too. So it's just like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So one note that you have here in the show notes, Mira also guarantees that users can request to scrub their data, and that personally identified information will never be shared with outside entities except on an explicit opt-in basis. Kudos to them for that, because I think one of the things that they're doing, like I said, there's no ads on here. I don't see the obvious way that they're making money. They're probably doing some partnerships with brands, but they're also probably selling the data. And they're basically saying, like, look, we understand, we respect your privacy, and we'll scrub your data if you don't want it shared. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, and I like to see more of the facial recognition stuff going on here. I'm sure that'll be in version 2 of this.
Right.
The AR stuff that you see. Try this on.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's none of that in here. They keep it nice and clean and lean. It's a great site. Brittany, why don't you tell us about today's sponsor?
Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back to business in no time. And for being a loyal e-commerce minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. So save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can also qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping, calculate exact postage online, and print labels and stamps right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes.
Very good. All right, we'll do a quick stat time and wrap it up. 82% of women now believe that social media drives beauty trends. And users searched almost 90 million times for specific natural beauty ingredients in the past year. Very interesting that they're searching more for ingredients rather than, I guess, brands. That's something that's important, correct, Brittany?
Oh yeah, especially from like a sustainability standpoint too, because not only are people looking for stuff that's like natural on their skin and won't make them break out, but it doesn't have any of those like beads in it or anything like that.
Right.
You know those beads that are in like
plastic beads.
stuff like that? Yeah. A lot of
micro. What are they called? Microplastics, microbeads, or whatever.
Yeah, microplastics. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Can I ask you, why are they in there? Are they in there to like
they exfoliate.
Okay, yeah. So you need pieces of plastic to exfoliate your skin.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
We need some traction.
And
traction.
So instead of cutting up some bits of sandpaper,
right?
Need some grip.
Poor lady.
But now they're making natural ones. So, for example, actually, like Frank Body does their exfoliants with coffee grounds, and they're literally amazing. Ooh. And they're like my favorite thing ever. If you're curious, look into it because it's really cool, and it's one of my favorite brands. They're Australian.
Isn't caffeine good for skin?
Yes. Yeah, it brightens it. It makes you awake.
Brightens it, right?
It like pops it, wakes it up.
Yeah. What Bart said.
I just start my day. I pour a cup of coffee over my head.
Well, John,
no.
You take a shower with like coffee shampoo and coffee soap.
Hell yeah.
And then you have a coffee while in the shower, and then you scrub your face with coffee, scrubber. And then you use a coffee moisturizer. You'd be really caffeinated.
Yeah,
you'd be ready to go. I'd be ready to record some podcasts. All right, we'll finish up with these final Amazon stats. Nearly half of Americans start their product searches at Amazon.com, while only 22% start at Google. A 122% difference. That's by our favorite author, Captain Obvious. Even among non-Prime users, Amazon still takes 37% of the first look shopping searches. You guys got anything else? All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. Stay beautiful, people. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.